Hey guys, Mumford and Kid here, the M.V.K High Lord of New York, the Honorable Warrior. Bid you adieu. Uh, bid you hello, excuse me. How's everybody doing out there? I got this message from my good friend, the Princess of Geeks, Serena Sampson. She asked me a question. She pitched this also to another good friend of mine, Comic Uno. She pitched this and said, hey, um, if you had creative control of an X-Men cartoon, creative control meaning you come up with the name and the lineup, what would it be? So, I'm here to talk about that, answer that question. Now, we've had how many cartoons based on those mutants, those merry mutants? Uh, Full seasons, I would say about four. But you can include the pilot episode back in the 1980s, which spawned that great X-Men arcade game. Yeah. But you had the 90s cartoon, which is still the longest running series. Still the longest running. Hasn't changed. No Marvel cartoon has ever beaten that cartoon in terms of quantity of episodes yet. 75 and still hasn't beaten it. Wow. Uh, then of course X-Men Evolution is the second longest, one of the second longest running Marvel cartoons. 65 episodes. Bam. Wolverine and X-Men. Good series. Enjoyed it. Exclude the name, you'll fall in love with the series. But bam, we can't really enjoy it because it was sweet lived. It was bittersweet because it was only one season. And of course the X-Men anime, which I also will include in there. But I enjoyed it. Dug that opening too, yeah. And that theme. But we move on to, if I was doing it, like what would be, this would be like the fifth cartoon. So here's the title right here. That's the title right there. That's the title, Serena. That's the title. That would be the title. X-Men: Children of the Atom. Yes, X-Men: Children of the Atom. And I dug that name. I always liked that name. You know, of course, you know where this comes from, guys. This comes from the arcade fighting game from Capcom, Children of the Atom, which was really good. But not here talking about video games, even though I am a gamer. Talking to my comic geeks and cartoon lovers. But yeah, that would be this would be the title, X-Men: Children of the Atom. Okay, so yeah, that would be the title, and but of course, what would be going into like the lineup? Who would be the cast of this team? Well, let me get right off that in my series, if I had creative control, my series would be like nobody really has never been an X-Men. Like if we had guest stars, like say if we had a guest star of, just throw Sunfire out there. He guest starred on an episode. He would be a former X-Men. It wouldn't be like he wasn't an X-Men before. No. I would play off the mythos of the X-Men and different various, mythos of the X-Men in terms of, series and stuff. My series would be very series conscious, like what would be going on in terms of the series, X-Men, your past or present stories and things like that. But yeah, but of course Xavier would be there, but he's not going to be in the lineup. We're talking about the field leader and the field team and everything like that. But there will be recurring roles as well, and believe it or not, this may shock everybody. Jean and Cyclops would be a recurring role. In my series, guys, Jean and Cyclops would have left the X-Men, not on bad terms, but on good terms. They finally, they're married, and they want to kind of settle down, kind of not be in terms of being in the field and being those freedom fighters and protectors, of mutant kind, and, still believing in Xavier's dream, but just doing it a different way. But I would have them actually move out west to San Francisco, where they could, kind of lead a normal life, but do things a little bit differently, in terms of, helping mutant kind and everything like that. But yeah, they would have a recurring role, not a on the team. Uh, and there would be a new field leader, which I will get to. But no particular order. I'm just going to show you who I would have as my lineup. So hope you guys enjoy, and let's get right on to it, shall we? All right. So next, let's see. First off, who we have? Let's check it out. Kurt Wagner. Yeah. Of course, I would have Kurt Wagner, Nightcrawler on the team. Um, I've loved me some Nightcrawler. Love Kurt Wagner. Not because I was born in Germany, so I gotta show some love for But no, no. But the fact is, I love Kurt. He is everything you want, and everything that showcases that just because you're born differently, you shouldn't have this demeanor of being very. I hate what I look. I'm gonna kill people now because of what I look like. Blaming oneself on that. So Kurt is a prime example. Though he looks like this demon, he has a heart of gold. He I love that he's Catholic. He's very religious. Play that up. We've seen Nightcrawler has been pretty much in every X-Men cartoon. Even the anime. We saw him in there. He was like a cameo, but he was there. But I would definitely play that up. Also play up like he's the jokester. Him and Bobby, just spoiled who else would be on the team. But yeah, he and Bobby would definitely be like the jokester, that always playing jokes on people, just for fun, always breaking the monotony of seriousness. But because Nightcrawler is a goofball, he likes to have fun. But I would definitely have him on the team. Kurt Wagner, definitely, he would also be there. I would probably have Nolan North come back to voice him. I'll probably go in a little bit of detail of voice actors. So yeah, Nolan North would do it. He would do it. Okay, so let's move on. Next. Okay, next. Colossus. Piotr Rasputin. Uh, we've always seen Colossus guest star on series in the X-Men series. We never really seen him officially on the team. Here, my series, Colossus would be on the team. Um, yes, the muscle of the team, but also another one that has a heart of gold. And I love Colossus. Always love Colossus. Though he plays the martyr role too much, I don't like that. But I love Colossus, and uh, Peter definitely would be one of those characters I would have. In terms of who I would get him the voice, I have no clue. But somebody who could play off a Russian accent pretty damn well, in my opinion. But yeah, we've seen Colossus guest star on the '90s series, and he guest starred in X-Men Evolution, but he was kind of bad, or kind of playing bad, because Magneto had something on him. Then we saw him in Wolverine and X-Men, maybe in the first episode, and then he was gone. But he said he was gonna. But then in season 2, they said he was gonna come back and rejoin the team, but he didn't. Here, Colossus would be on the team, and he would be a long-standing X-Men member. So yeah, Colossus, great character. Next, Gambit. Of course, I would have the Raging Cajun on the team. Gambit. In the past X-Men cartoons, we've seen Gambit take the different route of being like he was still with the Guild of Thieves. Phil Lamar voiced him in X-Men Evolution, and in my opinion, did a horrible job voicing him. He sounded like he was Caribbean, sounded like he was West Indian, Jamaican. I was just like, yeah, he don't sound Cajun. Say what you want about the '90s, but I dug that voice for Gambit. Kind of him talking in the third person, but he sounded more Cajun. He had that more Cajun accent. You love it. It was. I always liked that. That Sherry, and he had that swagger about him. I love that. But Gambit would be on the team as well. So, and would he be involved with another ex women on the team? Yeah, but I would definitely have him on the team. The Raging came in Remy LeBeau, aka Gambit, definitely would be on the team. Next, Havok and Polaris. If you can't see that, sorry. Yeah, Alex Summers and Lorna Dane would be on the team. They would kind of be there as kind of in a sense be the replacement couple in a sense. Well, the replacement for Jean and Cyclops. But yeah, they would be a couple. Definitely have Havok return back to the X-Men. He was an X-Men for a while. So was Lorna. Before they moved on to X Factor and everything like that. I would play that up that was a part of their history. I wouldn't say, oh, they were always X-Men. No, I would say, yeah, they left the X-Men for a while, joined the government-sanctioned X Factor team, and came back. So yeah, definitely would have them on the team. Sorry about that. So yeah, as for who would voice them, I can't think of anybody I would. There's so many characters I could think of, but I'll leave it at that. I think I think for Lorna, I would get Tara Strong to voice Lorna. As for Alex, maybe Mark uh, dang, what was his name? Freak. I can't remember his last name. Oh God, Higginstern. I think that's his name. But he would. I think I would get him. But yeah, there's Havok and Lorna, Polaris and Havok. Next, yeah, of course, Wolverine. You know, I was actually personally Wolverine, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, I love Wolverine, but I would not have him in the first season. Actually, he would come back in the second season. He would come and return in the second season. What I would do is he would have gone on a enlightenment, like road trip, like him just getting away from, just having some time to himself, like just trying to, you know, just be himself. Go to Japan, you know, relax for a while, and just think about life, and things like that, and in general. But of course, he would return back because I love the saying because it makes sense, even though it came from the movie. But he's a soldier, he's a warrior, he's a Roman, he and you can't not necessarily not see him on the battlegrounds fighting in a sense. So yeah, Wolverine would be there. Who would I get? Would Steve Bloom voice him? Maybe. Uh, you know, if I could creative, I I would want Carl Dodd to come back to voice, because when I'm reading Wolverine, that's who I hear voicing coming out of Wolverine, Carl Dodd. But if he couldn't do it, then I would go with Steve Bloom, have him come back. But yeah, Wolverine. Next, Storm, of course. Here it is. Aurora Monroe, ladies and gentlemen, would be the field leader. She would be the team leader. Cyclops would officially give the torch of leader back to Storm because he and Jean left now. Like, she would be the official leader, field leader, besides Xavier, but she would be the leader now. Storm has led the team before, and without her powers, which always is a major much respect for doing that. But Storm would definitely be on the team. She would be the team leader. And so yeah, as for who I would get to voice Storm, maybe Dawn Lewis. I think Dawn Lewis did a good job at voicing Storm in certain aspects, so I would probably get her to come back to voice uh, Storm. But yeah. Next up, Rogue. Yes, of course. Of course, probably can't see that, but yes, of course. I would have Rogue on the team. Uh, I love Rogue is my favorite female character. Number one first female character in comics before anybody else. Period. I love Rogue. Fell in love with the character. Um, in my series, she would be fully in control of her power. She would finally have controlled her abilities now, where she can control. Like, if she needs to touch you, she won't accidentally drain you. She'll touch you. Like, okay. And of course, she would kind of have that on and off relationship with Gambit, Remy. Again, I would keep that going. Like, it was strong at one point, but now it's kind of not on rocky, but it's like they are on a kind of a break. Like, they're like, she cares for him. Gambit does too, but they kind of give each other space. So, yeah. But Rogue would definitely, and this would be the outfit I would have her in, the green and white look. I dug that look, even though I would probably have it more reminiscent of her '90s look, but still have the green and white. But yes, she would be there definitely. In terms of who would I get to voice her, that's kind of hard. Somebody that can pull off the Southern accent pretty damn well, um, and would sound very Southern, like she can pull it off. So that would be the hardest one. I would. Man, that's a hard one. But somebody that could pull up. I didn't mind the actress who voiced her in X-Men Evolution, but it was on and off again. It didn't sound like you really want to hear it. Like, this she's from Mississippi. You want to hear that Southern accent, that Southern twang. You know what I'm saying? So you want to hear that when she's talking. You want to hear y'all and ah. And when they're. So you want to hear that. So it'd really be hard to figure out who would I get to voice her, but somebody who could pull it off pretty well. You know, you want to hear that sugar. You want to hear that. I love that. So you want to hear that. But yeah, Rogue would definitely be there. Next up, Kitty Pryde. Yeah, yes, Kitty. Of course, Kitty. Of course, I'd have Catherine Pryde there. She would not be young. She would be older. She's been a X-Men for a while. She would be her current look here. Um, I like this picture of her evolution, her being Sprite, and from going to Shadowcat and her X-Men, her Excalibur look, and then everything like that. But yeah, Kitty definitely would be on the team. Who would I get to voice her? Maybe Zelda Williams could do a good job voicing Kitty. What do you think? Um, I think I would get Zelda Williams to voice her. I think she could pull it off. I think she could. Or maybe Mia Whitman. My Whitman, she could probably pull it off. The girl who voices April and who voiced Katara, I think she could pull it off too. But yeah, Kitty definitely be there, and she would be with Colossus. They would still be together. I would actually have them together. Next up, of course, is Psylocke. Yeah, Betsy Braddock, aka Psylocke. Yeah, Psylocke has never been. She's always just guest starred in X-Men cards, but here I would have her on the team, and she would she would be British. She would have the British accent. But she still would have her attitude, her ninja abilities, and things like that. She would be the resident psychic of the team, as well as the telepath. She can do things as well. Kind of make up for Jean. Jean had both telepathy and telekinetic. Psylocke does too. So, but she showcases her telekinetics more than her telepathy. You know, like moving things with her mind. But she can do it too. But you know, I would very show her with her side blades, creating side bow and arrows, all kinds of stuff. Not just seeing like the like the butterfly effect around her eyes, but yeah, Psylocke would be there definitely. She'd be one of the badasses of the team. I would actually have there are times where it's just her and Wolverine on missions or so. It'd be really cool. So yeah, Psylocke definitely would be on the team. Next up, oh crap, sorry about that. Uh, I apologize for that, guys. I apologize for that, guys. Next up would be Hazanko. Hazanko, Armor. Armor, definitely. I love Armor, and she would be one of the young mutants on the team. I would not have her too young, but she would probably, she would kind of be kind of what I would think. I would have her 18, 19. Uh, but there would be other young X-Men, but they wouldn't. She would be a main star, but she would be one of them. Definitely, she would be kind of under Wolverine's wing. I would keep that relationship going with her and Wolverine, definitely. So yeah, I'm not sure who I would get to voice her, but yeah, uh, Azanko, Armor, definitely. Next up, Beast, of course, Hank McCoy. I would still have Fred Tescora doing the voice. Uh, and definitely gotta have brains. Beast is the brains. Um, and like I said, I love the covers that show like the evolution of the characters. But Beast would definitely be on the team, no doubt about it. I would have definitely Beast would be one of three of the founding members of the X-Men on the team. Next up would be Iceman, Bobby Drake, of course. He would also be on the team. Uh, would I have the Yuri Lothar voiced the character because he voiced the actor who voiced Ben 10, older Ben 10, voiced him. I'm not sure I would have him because Iceman would be older, but he'd still be kind of like the clown and goof. But he would definitely showcase. I would have them showcase Iceman as showcase the Omega level. That would play a big factor in my series too. Like you're a Omega level mutant, you're kind of on a different. You're in that category of take these people seriously. Take that. That title would mean a lot in my series. Omega level. Storm's an Omega level. Psylocke has been classified as an Omega level. Iceman is an Omega level. That would be played up as well. So yeah, Iceman would be there. And last but not least would be Warren. Warren would be on the team. I would have. He would not be just a recurring. He'll come back and no, he would be on the team. Um, he would kind of be like uh, he'll still have the company to run in a sense, but he'd be on the team, his company. I would have him in this look, but um, the wings would be. He would still have his metal wings to play off the fact that he was Archangel at one point. Um, and then I would also go into details. Then my creative team can go around playing off the fact that we can play maybe the fact of maybe there's still remnants of the what Apocalypse did to him in him, and maybe we can play off the fact he can come back to be an Archangel like they did in the comics. Like I said, the comics would be a big factor of my series, but definitely Archangel would be Angel would be on the team, and I'm not sure who I would get to voice him. Um, Maybe I would have Nolan North do double duties, but uh, that's it. Uh, So there you go. There you go, guys. My X-Men lineup, the title. Uh, like I said, I would go into a lot more detail, but you just asked for the lineup and the title, and who would be the villains. I would have a lot of villains in there. You know, Bastion would be in there, Magneto, of course, Sinister, Apocalypse, the Marauders, um, a lot of people, a lot of recurring characters, recurring former X-Men, you know, other teams I would showcase like X Factor, Madrix team. I would use Madrix team, you know, things like that. But the school would play off, you know, that's how I would do it. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I went on long enough that I need to run my mouth. Uh, please subscribe as always, and I hope you enjoyed this. And this is Mom Running Kid saying peace, one love, stay tuned, keep real, guys, as always. Uh, take care.